Welcome to another episode of Mantled for More. And today I have my able co-host, Kaydian.
Hi everyone, welcome to another episode. I trust that you will enjoy this one, as today we will be celebrating our fathers.
Yes, and you know what? I love it, and that's why my able voices are going to be joining us right now so we can delve into this discussion. Simone, Georgette, Kaydian, welcome to another episode. How are you guys doing today?
We're doing great.
Good. Okay,
I'm doing well.
Awesome. So today we are pausing to honor fathers. And we know that fathers have a very special place in our hearts. What is the topic for today, Kaydian?
Our topic is
a father's impact and the power of showing up. Yes. So, Georgette, ladies, let's hear what you have to say about this noble topic.
I can go back to my experience to growing up and having my father around me. But before I even talk about my father, let me just say happy Father's Day to all the fathers who are out there. This is an amazing call. And, with God's help and your willingness, God will help you to raise great children who will do marvelous things in this world. Growing up, my father was present. I grew up with both mother and father, which I know is a privilege. Not many people have that experience. So I'm grateful to God that I had that. And one thing about my father is that once he was there, I always felt safe. I felt safe in the house. Nothing would happen. That was how I felt. So there was this feeling of safety and protection. He was there to protect me and my siblings.
Right. And we're talking about the impact of fathers. Let me hear what you have to say, ladies.
Well, the impact of a dad is just so important. And I think when you see others who don't have their dads, you realize how important it is.
Yes.
I grew up with my father, and I recall him being present, always present. And he believed in encouraging his children. So we were told by him daily that we're going to be great and that we're going to do well. And we began to believe it, and he made us feel safe. He took his job as provider seriously to the point that he had several jobs because he said we couldn't take care of all of us, all of our needs, So that's what I recall about him.
Yes. And Kaydian, I'm sure that you must have had the impact of your father in your life. How do you see that coming out as you look back? How he shaped your life?
Actually, my dad was also present. Unfortunately, he has passed.
All right, our condolences.
Yes, thank you. But even today, I still remember some of the things that he said, and that resonates with me today. One of which was, if you're not going to do something properly, don't do it.
Wow.
Yes.
That sounds like a Jamaican thing.
Yes, yes. And it resonates with me that even so, my mantra is, which I'm forgetting right now.
Do it well.
No. But I'll tell you that in our next episode.
Definitely.
But it has resonated with me.
Yes.
It is hard to think of what a family is like without a father. Because to me, as Simone shared, that she felt safe in the home. Daddy was my refuge.
Yes.
My mother was a disciplinarian, but when Daddy is present, nothing of such can happen. Daddy just looks at you, and that was
it. It sends a message.
We were afraid of Daddy.
What?
To be honest, and he was not the disciplinarian. He will not say anything. He will not do anything. But once Daddy is home, we are the best children.
Yeah, that sounds fun.
And my mother was a disciplinarian and I would give her all the trouble.
Okay.
And I recognize how important the presence of a male or a father being in the home.
And that is very important, Kaydian, because as Georgette and Simone has crafted about the importance of father, my father was in the home. my father did what he could. But what about those who did not grow up with a father? You know, this is the hardest part of the whole discussion, because you want to believe that once a father is in the household, then things will work. But there are households that didn't have a father. How does that look, you know, in a home when there is not a father?
So I'll chime into that. I wasn't raised with my biological father.
Okay.
I was raised by my stepfather, who he's the person I've known all my life. But the kind of father that he was really a provider, you know. What he did, what he knew. And I think he did his best. And he went to work and he provided, and we weren't out of anything. And for that, you know, I am truly grateful. And as all the other ladies says, without a male figure, you know, the home is really not the same. But let me pause
to
tell all the fathers Happy Father's Day.
Yes.
Happy
And all the
Father's
very
Day.
best.
Yes.
Please enjoy your day. And I know the children are pampering their dads today.
Yes, for sure. Yes. You know, we are delving into this discussion talking about the impact of fathers in the home, and not only in the home, but in a child's life, right? And as a result of that, Simone mentioned that she feels safe. Simone, how
Yes,
does that feel safe look like?
Well, what it feels like, you know, I grew up in Jamaica and crime was a thing. Sometimes people's homes got broken into, but I felt that with my father there, I was going to be safe and nothing would happen. So when I said I found safety in him, I knew he would defend us, he would protect us, even if it meant giving up his life for us. I knew that he would do everything to keep us safe. Another thing about my father that I'm happy to speak about is that he taught me independence. I remember, I'll give you a very practical example. I did not like it at the time. I think I was a teenager and I had a radio. And back then, you only had radio and television. So I had this radio and it stopped working. And he was a technician, so he would fix radios, TVs, any
device.
any kind of appliance. He would fix. And when I told him something's wrong with the radio and, you know, he should fix it, he told me I should go in the shop and do it. And I was like, what is wrong? Like, seriously, you are the technician. Why are you telling me to do it? But I went in and he helped me figure out what was wrong and what needed to be done. And today, that independence that he taught me, that was just one example. I have had to be this independent person today because I've pretty much lived by myself all my life. And I am very independent. I know how to change a lock. I know how to
All right.
Yes. Other women don't necessarily know how to do or don't have to do it. I have to do it today because there's nobody for me to call on. But, you know, what he taught me growing up, I can use that today. I remember when he came to visit a few years ago, and I told him I was going to change this lock on the door. He looked at me strange, like, why am I not calling a locksmith or something? And I'm like, you're the one who taught me all these things. So why are you looking at me strange now that I'm actually doing what you have
taught? That's amazing. Yes, Kaydian.
Yes, yeah, fathers are important.
Yes.
You know, studies have shown that homes without a father, there is such a higher chance for behavioral problems in children.
But I think that we want to establish, as we look into fathers showing up, and you mentioned the behavioral problem, I think we're going to get to it. But let's talk about the qualities, some of the qualities of a father, so that our viewers who are sharing the same sentiment can understand where we're heading with this discussion. Let's look at some of the qualities of a father.
So apart from being a provider.
Yes, just Georgette.
A good one.
A good one.
Okay.
Kaydian, yes. Yes, Kaydian.
So apart from being a provider, and a protector, he has to be present.
All right.
To be emotionally present for his children. One of the things I was fond of with my father was that he was easy to talk to. He was non-judgmental, and he would give sometimes a surprising advice.
All right.
That I wasn't expecting, but it was welcomed.
Yes. Okay. Let's hear the other ladies. What are the qualities of a good father in your sight? Georgette.
So for me, the main one is that a father needs to understand that he's a provider. He needs to be a provider for his children. And so that requires a certain level of being dependable. So as I told you, my dad was a teacher and he had 6 of us, and the salary just couldn't take care of our needs. And so I remember him getting up early in the morning before school and going to run. I don't know if you know Robot. He would take his car and carry trips. Well, probably Uber.
Oh, yes,
you guys call it Uber today, right?
Motor, yes.
Take people to work, and by 8 o'clock, you'd see him come back with our lunch money. And that was how he earned. He would do Japan. Japan is illegal gambling, guys. He would gamble, right? He would do farming. He would absolutely do everything that he had to ensure that we had the best education. And that included doing without food so that we could have anything extra that we needed.
Right. And Trish mentioned that she didn't have her father growing up. But Trish, if a father was in your home, what are the qualities would you have looked for in him at that time?
Well, for me, a good father would show up at all times, and a good father would ensure that his children feel secure. Simone mentioned it, security. Yes. Nothing beats you at home and your father comes in and you can just run to him and throw your arms around him, and you feel that love, that connection, and that security, knowing that, you can trust him and you can sit and talk to him about anything. That's something that I would want, even though I'm an adult, I would love to know that I can call my father and sit and have conversations with him, maybe things that my mom would not understand.
Right.
He would be the one to listen and to give me those sound advice. So those are things that, I would yearn for from a father. So those are some qualities that I think a father should possess, a good father should possess.
Awesome.
Because sometimes it's not about the money. Sometimes it's not about giving your children money and providing financially for them, but it's about the stability, the presence, calling, hugging, talking to, supporting, letting them know that, I'm here for you. And as Georgette said, her father would tell them that, they are leaders and they're going to be great. Children need to hear those things coming from their fathers.
Yes.
I was just adding to it that in the home, the father is usually the one that will take the time to play, to do that one-to-one interaction.
Right.
Mummies don't tend to do that a lot.
Okay.
The daddies are the one that will go out and go play ball.
Is it because they're strong why we expect that this? Yes?
No, I think we are the nurturing and the hugging and the kissing and stuff, but that demonstrate
and not
the
only
love
that,
in a different way.
Kaydian, let me chime in here with you. I don't think it's only the nurturers of a mommy. Sometimes the mommy has so much things to do other than the daddies.
We are going to get to that in our next episode, in our next segment. No, yes.
But what I was alluding to is that we express love differently.
Yes.
We are the hugs and the kisses and so forth. Yes. Where the dads show their love, especially to the boys, by the rough play and all that stuff. Teaching them how to repair things. That's so, giving them a pat on the back. They may never say "I love you."
Right.
Mummies
they
will
show
say
it in a different way.
But they show it like that. For the girls, he'll allow them, when we look at YouTube and stuff, he allows them to play and put clips and makeup and color their nails, and he's just present.
Yes.
When we talk about the role of a father, in terms of their impact on the children is even how the man or the father treats the mother.
Okay.
That is so important in terms of teaching the girl or a platform as to what is it I'm supposed to expect in terms of to be treated.
So it feels like this conversation is getting deep. Yes.
And the boy, it teaches him how to treat women.
Okay, good.
Yes.
So let's pause on that. I know Simone have one little point she wants to share. We're going to take it because the next segment now we're going to dig deep into this whole topic. Simone, you had just one thing you wanted to say?
I want to go back to what Georgette said about a good father is very present and encouraging. And I am very fortunate to have had that. I remember my very first job interview, which was like miles away. So I had to take the bus. But my father was the one who took me to the bus stop. Walked with me. We walked probably over a mile to get to where I would get the bus. I remember my dad being there with me for that. I also remember the day I went to college, it was my dad who took me in that day for, moving day. He was the one who was there. And even today, as much as we are not in the same country, but I find encouragement from him. He's always encouraging me, supporting me in whatever I'm doing and telling me to do this and, how I best use the potential. And as an adult, it is still as valuable now as it was then growing up.
I thank you, ladies, for really giving us this deep impact of what you feel about a father. And I'm sure that viewers, as you're listening in, you yourself is thinking about what a good quality father is. So I'm going to ask you to put that in the chat. We're going to take a break and then we're going to come back and dig deeper into this topic. Welcome back. I am sure that you were sitting on the edge of your seat, right? So,
yes.
Right, Kaydian? Yes, they were sitting on the edge of the seat. So we talk about the good quality of a father. We talk about a father that is present. But let's move right now into a zone that might be delicate for some. But what does it look like when a father is not present in the home?
Hard. It's not easy. I mean,
Explain.
it's mommy only. It's only mommy. And when you go to school and you see other children with their daddies and their mummies, when you come home, you recognize that yours is different. Yours is not the same as
family
your friends.
setting.
Right. You realize it's not the same as your friends, even though when you go to school, you learn the different types of families.
Right.
And, but it's still uncomfortable because you would want to experience what the other children are experiencing. Because remember, what you don't know, you just don't know. But what you see, you would want to experience it because for yourself, you really don't know. But when you see your friends experiencing certain things, you now would want to say, wonder what it would it be like if, my father was there.
Yes.
Right. Yeah. It is kind of hard that way. And on the other hand, with a single mother taking care of children by themselves, going to work, and as Georgette said, She lived with her mother and her father, and sometimes it got rough financially, but her father now was strategic and do other things.
Yes.
But think about it, if her father wasn't present and doing other things outside of his regular job,
then it would put a strain.
Exactly. So it would put a big strain on the home. I mean, mothers know and understand how to tie things up or how to make things work, even though it is little. But it's not easy.
And Trish, you know, this is a reality, Kaydian. This is a reality for some people where it's just the mom juggling, the mom fighting, the mom pushing. I know Georgette had something to say because I could see that expression on her face.
So, you know, when we had that discussion last week about parenting, right?
Yes.
The same principles apply to a father, in that fathers are the main example that our children see. They model them.
Yes.
So our daughters look at their dad as the example of the man that she wants to marry in the future.
Okay.
The boys look at their father as what they should be when they themselves become a man. So I remember my dad teaching my brother to drive, to fix the car, to fix the house. I see my own husband doing that with my son, because when you're a man and your car tire goes flat and you don't know how to change it, it's embarrassing. So there are some things that you're
entering an uncharted territory now.
Every man should teach their son and their daughters certain things. And a mother can't do what a father does.
Yes, yes.
And so I want to encourage the delinquent men out there to understand that the role that they play is just so important. Their children need you.
Georgette, when you say the word delinquent, when you use the word delinquent, does it mean that they're not in the home or they're not giving money to the mother? When you use the word delinquent, what are you really aiming for?
I'm aiming at all the things. The father must understand that their role is to protect their children. So you may not live with them, but your children must feel that security. Their role is to provide for their children. Work hard for your children. Do whatever you need to do to provide for your children. And your children need your presence. So even when you don't have anything to give to them, still show up. Because children, the worst thing you can do is disappoint a child. Tell them you're coming and you don't turn up. Tell them to come and you're not there when they turn up. Be present.
Yes.
It is heartbreaking. It is heartbreaking, Georgette. And even in my own experience, it definitely a heartbreaking one when you are expecting something from your father and it did not happen. Even when I was an adult, I remember trying to work things out with my father, and he was coming around and I felt good, and I was like, yes, you know, I'm getting to know him and he's getting to know me. And then something happened and he got what he wanted, and that was it. He disappeared and it killed, you know.
It's like it reopens the wound.
Exactly. So showing up is key.
Yes.
But I'm not disappointing, but try. Just try.
And Trish, by the way, I like your hairstyle. It looks nice.
Thank you. I was wondering, you know.
Yeah, I love your hairstyle. It really suits you. Kaydian wanted to say something.
There was something that Treacha had mentioned previously in terms of the father being absent, and it is the mother that has to take on these responsibility. The study says that a father who is not present, it also impacts the mother in terms of increases her maternal or stress.
Okay.
And we can, as was illustrated in Treacha's discussion, was there is so much more for the mother to do.
Right. It adds
in terms
to her burden.
Making ends meet. Some time ago, I watched a video, and the woman was a little bit upset with the child because the child wasn't settling.
Okay.
But the father presented and showed kindness to the mother showed her some love and affection, and her mood immediately changed, even in her interaction.
She started to glow,
to the
right?
child,
yes.
Which shows that the presence of the father in the home is not only important for the children directly, but also indirectly based on how they treat the mother. So, as it relates to what Georgette was saying about delinquent fathers, today we're calling the fathers to take up their role as fathers.
Yes.
And it's not, you don't have to be the biological father, but just being a male present in the home, in the child's life, you can have that impact, that positive impact.
You can change the course of
the child. I was sharing earlier that the study says in terms of the social and behavioral conduct of the child, a father that is present at home reduces the risk by 80%.
Wow.
That's the negative impact that a child can, or the development of the child in terms of the child being delinquent to society. And so we're calling the men. And one of the things I also learned is that it teaches the boys who are becoming future men resilience. It teaches them how to be emotionally intelligent.
Right.
And we find that in today's society, men are deficient in that, which correlates with what is actually happening in our society, where there's a lot of single parenting.
Yes. I see Trish want to say something. And Simone, did you want to chime in here before we go into our next break? Yes, Trish.
I wanted to add to Kaydian's point that as a father, it's really the relationship. It's not
with the child.
Getting the woman pregnant and then the child born and then you are a father. That relationship has to be built. You call the child, find out how is the child doing in school, how are you today, what happened last week, what happened last month. Just try to build that connection, because at the end of the day, it's not really being a father, but it's that connection, it's that relationship, and the child will always remember the conversations, the little things that they would have done together.
Yes.
So
that
was the point.
Yes, Simone.
Yeah, I just want to go back to what Kaydian said about you don't have to be the biological parent of the child, but you can still play a huge role, that father role in, the lives of children. Case I can give, my son, he's growing up in a single parent home. But, he has an uncle, that's my aunt's husband, who plays this role, this father figure role in his life. And there are times when I cannot get my son to budge in a particular direction, and I just send a message.
Just send a call, yes.
Send a message to him, and I say, listen, can you talk to him about X, Y, and Z?
Are you letting out a secret now,
All
Simone?
that was there just come down like that.
Yes.
So the importance of that male figure role is very, very important. And so while a father may not be present for those of us who are single mothers, we have to harness the support that we can get and make use of them.
Yes. So my father was a man who was in the home. And I cannot tell you that he goes out to work every day and bring home money, but he was there. He was that father that, owns you up. And as a result of that, I am the woman today because he had that impact in my life. We are going to take a break right here. And when we come back, we're going to close off this discussion with some encouragement for our fathers. Please text in the group and let me know, what are you doing as a father and how can you inspire someone else to be the father you are? We will be right back. Welcome back. I know. Yes. I know you're enjoying yourself. I know you're enjoying this topic. It sounds a little sobering, but it is. Yes, it is. Because we're talking about a very important topic, the role of fathers in the house. Yes, Kaydian.
Yes. And as we're going to close, we're going to give our final words of encouragement to our fathers out there.
Yes. What would you like to say to fathers out there who are doing well, and to fathers out there who are trying, and to fathers out there who are doing nothing? They only bear the name. Tell me, how can we close this conversation today?
Well, I want to start off by just acknowledging my husband, who has been such an excellent father to my two children.
Yes.
And my dad, who really has been and continues to be at age 81 an excellent father to us.
Don't tell anybody
And
that.
my brother, who has learned very well from my dad. He is also a very good father. I have several other persons who I could mention. But just to say to the fathers, I want to encourage you, even when you feel like giving up, not to give up. I want to encourage those men who don't have the financial resources to not stay away from your children because you are embarrassed, but to make time to visit them and to be with them. Children don't want money. Children want attention. Children want to be loved. Stop and call your children.
Georgette, can we hashtag that? Because I feel like this is important. Can we hashtag what children don't want? Children don't want money.
Need money. No, they want to be loved. They want attention. They want their fathers to call them and talk to them. You know what I remember the most about my dad? Him leaving a piece of his chicken leg for me in his dinner. That's what I remember the most about him.
Yeah, the little things.
Children, little things, the very little things.
I want to say to fathers out there who are doing the very best they can, continue to do what you're doing. With God's help, you'll even do better, and your children will one day call you blessed. They will talk about the great impact you've had on their lives. You are impacting the next generation.
Yes.
It may look as if you are not, but you are making a huge difference in your child's life and the people that they will interact with, because when you raise good humans, you are helping to make the world a better place.
Yes.
Just continue doing what you are doing. And to the fathers who are struggling, you know what? It's never too late. And if you look at yourself and you see areas where you can improve, start today. Today is the day you can turn the page and do a better job, because you know what? Your children are depending on you. You know, God has given you this huge responsibility. Don't take it lightly.
Yes.
And so I want to say, happy Father's Day to my brother, who has been a father to me. He has been a father to my children. And I want to say happy Father's Day to my stepfather as well, who is the man I know in my life. I just want to tell him happy Father's Day. And to all the other dads out there, happy Father's Day. And continue, for the fathers who are present, continue to be present and get the motivation across to other fathers who you know that are not really playing their part and doing what they're supposed to do. And for the fathers who are trying, continue to try. Don't give up. You are making strides. You just don't see it. And for the ones that are struggling, as Simone mentioned, shape up. Being knocked down is a given, but getting up and moving forward is a choice. So you can choose to get up and make amends with your child or your children and start afresh. Just take a clean slate and start afresh and do what you're placed on earth to do. The Lord is depending on you to be that present, that father that you're supposed to be.
Yes, Kaydian.
I agree with everything that has been said.
Yes.
Even the Bible agrees.
Yes.
The Lord agrees. He says a man who is not present and cares for his home is worse than an infidel. Even his prayers will not be answered. So our call to the fathers today is to take up your role, to take it seriously, because the impact on the future generation is dependent upon you. And as been said, is that just be present And also important is to be consistent.
Yes. My father is not alive today, but I've had many who have fathers me. So Pastor Ronnie Henry, Pastor Levi Johnson, Pastor Everett Brown, and the many others who have impacted my life. Happy Father's Day.
Happy Father's Day to all the fathers.
And my dear daughter's dad, Carrot. Happy Father's Day. I know Nancy love you. Happy Father's Day. So, Kaydian, we're going to close off right now. But we want to say, fathers out there, you are the best because you are shaping a nation. So until we meet again.
Happy Father's Day, fathers. I trust you'll have a marvelous day. Join us next time on Adventist Ontario.tv, Roku, and Amazon Fire.
And tune in every Sunday evening at 7 p.m.
And join us next week when we discuss the highs and the lows of entrepreneurship. See you then.
Thank you for joining us, everyone. And happy Father's Day to all of you. Take care.
And this is Mantled for More. Remember, the mantle marks you, but more transforms you. See you next time.